Moses Malone is the NBA's $2 million man. He is carrying the Philadelphia 76ers toward an NBA championship against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are down, but they're not yet out. The Lakers badly need a touch of magic. Because so far in this series, every bouncing ball has gone Philadelphia's way. From Los Angeles, California, the focus is on the Forum, where the 76ers and the Lakers are ready for Game 3 of the championship. The stage is set for Game 3 of the NBA World Championship Series as the Lakers hope that the home court advantage can get them into the win column. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger, and welcome. You know, only 2 times in NBA World Championship history has a team been able to come back from a 2-0 deficit to win the title. The first time, 1969, when a center by the name of Bill Russell led the Boston Celtics back to a championship after they were down 2-0 to the Los Angeles Lakers. Then in 1977, it was the Walton gang, Bill Walton and the Portland Trail Blazers, who fell behind Julius Erving in Philadelphia 2-0 and then won 4 straight. For the Lakers, the road now is all uphill. But this is a classy ball club, and they have come back home to try to begin. The 2 gentlemen who will call the action for you today, Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. Let's go to Dick.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. It wasn't fatigue that cost the Lakers in Game 1, nor was it the officiating that cost them Game 2. It was the Philadelphia 76ers with the familiar combination of an extraordinary team defense, which has been their trademark even before this year, but it's been enhanced considerably by the presence of Moses Malone because he gives them that rebounding strength. Also, the men coming off the bench. Earl Curitan, Clint Richardson, and Bobby Jones have been outstanding. Bill Russell, you know about good bench play and you know about good team defense. How do you view the series so far?
Well, so far, the Sixers have pretty much shut down the Lakers running game. And in the half-court offense, the Lakers have been just too predictable, I think. They've almost exclusively gone inside to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
What kind of twist could the Lakers use today? Is there anything left in their bag of tricks?
Well, they have to open it up. And I think Pat Riley's going to try some innovative things. You might even see Magic Johnson inside, where he's a stronger rebounder and maybe get more points. So he'll be probably closer to the basket.
Philadelphia, I would assume they wouldn't change anything.
Well, they're going to take care of the old rule that says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right, Bill, and also we want to tell you that yesterday the Lakers had a very spirited workout, but Norm Nixon did not take part, and his injured shoulder is more serious than first believed. And I think right now the Lakers' adage, Brent, has to be the playoffs do not start until the home team loses a game. And right now the home team hasn't lost one. Back to you.
Exactly, Dick. And, of course, all of the Lakers fans are here in the Forum. And with us is a man to tell us what that home court advantage might mean. Let's go to Pat O'Brien.
Thank you very much, Brent. You know, you talk about adjustments. The biggest one just may be that the Lakers are home. Outside, the sun is shining. The Lakers like to think that they are solar energized. Certainly, they are energized by the fans here at the Forum. We're standing with one who's been to every game this year, Bobby Colombi. What is it the fans do for the Lakers, Bobby?
We're the 6th man on the court. We love this team, and we're not going to let them lose, ever.
You know, a lot of people say the LA fans are laid back.
No, not at all. We're berserk for this team. This is a way of life, you know?
How about your section here now? Are you like all the other sections? Do you second-guess everybody here and there?
No, we're berserk. We love the team, so every referee's decision is wrong unless it's pro-Laker. You know?
You're not going to let them lose?
No, there is no way.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. Let's go back now to Brent Musburger.
All right, Pat, thank you. With me, of course, Kevin Lockery, the coach of the Atlanta Hawks, and he'll be with us throughout this championship. Kevin, you were down and talked to the coaches, and I really have to believe that number 32, Magic Johnson, has to step up and take charge for the Lakers.
You're right, Brent. Pat Riley feels that he needs at least 20 points out of Magic Johnson. Magic is a very unselfish player. He prefers to pass the ball, but with Bob McAdoo not 100%, they need 20 points out of him to beat Philadelphia.
What has been the difference so far in the 2 games, Kevin?
Joey Cunningham feels it's been the rebounding. Moses Malone is averaging 15 rebounds a game. Kareem only 4 rebounds a game. Kareem has to do a better job on the board.
I think you can hear behind me what the home court advantage might mean here today in L.A.
The NBA on CBS. Today's championship game is sponsored by Armor All. It beautifies and protects rubber, vinyl, leather, and plastic. Miller High Life. Welcome to Miller Time. And by Mazda and the full line of sophisticated Mazda products.
We're back at the Forum for the starting lineups. These are not defensive matchups, but just the lineups. Julius Erving and Jamal Wilkes at one forward position. Mark Iavaroni and Kurt Rambis, the other forwards. And, of course, the much-discussed big men, Moses Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the backcourt, Andrew Toney and Magic Johnson. And Maurice Cheeks and Norm Nixon. Look at the talent in that group. Jake O'Donnell and Jess Kersey. Talented group of officials, along with Hugh Evans, who's our alternate. And so the Laker crowd trying to get L.A. in the win column. L.A. is in their light uniforms, gold, and the Sixers in red. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 36 years old. Moses Malone at 24. 28. He wouldn't mind that mistake.
Right. Not this week anyway, Dick.
Tip controlled by L.A. Let's see if Magic Johnson gets more in the offense, as Kevin pointed out.
I think you'll find that Magic will let Norm Nixon handle the ball more on the offense if he's going to get inside and try to score more.
They go to the 7'2" Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who gets his own rebound. And a foul inside. It is against the Lakers. A loose ball foul. So at least we saw Kareem. I think Pat Riley told him yesterday at practice, you're just going to have to freelance in there and be a designated rebounder and shot blocker and what have you. He went after that offensive board. The foul was on Wilkes.
Now, what the Lakers are doing right now is trying to keep Cheeks away from running the offense. They're trying to make Toney handle the ball as much as possible. Good defensive play by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They didn't come over the ball, though.
Maurice Cheeks is short with that shot. Rambis had it and lost it. And he's gone after Malone a little bit. Rambis and Malone shoving each other as the Lakers take possession. And this is where the officials are going to have to really watch things closely, I think, Bill. And now Jake O'Donnell has given a warning to Kurt Rambis. And he is taking charge.
Well, they want to make sure that the game is doesn't get overly physical or rough, as they might say. So they're trying to talk to the guys at first rather than call the foul.
Erving is all over Jamal Wilkes. Magic outside. Iavaroni knocks it away. It's Lakers ball.
Kurt Rambis knocked it into Iavaroni's hand and knocked it loose. He's starting off, he's really keyed up. He has to be careful that he's not so keyed up that he runs out of steam and energy, because that can sap your energy quicker than anything else if you start the game too keyed up.
18 seconds on the shot clock. Last year, Jamal Wilkes was the leading scorer against Philadelphia in that championship series. He has really not gotten on track in this one. Cheeks, Magic on him, and Magic steals the ball. Rambis. Kurt Rambis making his presence felt early. Wilkes is guarding Andrew Toney, and Kareem is guarding Iavaroni, and Rambis is on Moses Malone. Julius Erving is called for the foul over the top.
Defensively, with the way the Lakers are setting up, that may be part of the reason they're not running so well. Is because with the mismatches, guys running from forward to guard, they don't run the lanes as well because they're running from a different place.
Nearly 2 minutes gone by, first period. It's 4-0. Rambis and Kareem, it's 6-0.
Thanks. Cunningham may want to take a timeout to make sure his team gets on track.
One of the reasons why Kareem will not be guarding Malone here is that Pat Riley's concerned that Kareem will pick up a couple early fouls, which has changed the whole story in many games. Iavaroni throws it away. And if Billy Cunningham could call a timeout right now with the team on defense, he would do it.
And he has called a timeout.
All right.
Now here's the defense is double team. Didn't get there in time, although Kareem missed a shot. But they're in there pounding the boards. And it bounced loose, and Kareem got his second time. He knows do it to get that close. Always. Now, I think that Billy Cunningham is trying to get his guys. Okay, now we got to go down and execute our offense. The defense will take care of itself. Let's just get started offense now. Let's probably call a specific play the next time they go down. The defense is okay for the start of the game, but he's going to probably tell them what play to use the next time down.
Norm Nixon, whose shoulder kept him out of practice yesterday. Jamal Wilkes, and Julius is playing Wilkes like a blanket. Good Philadelphia defense. Nixon breaks 3. Offensive foul against Los Angeles, away from the ball. And it's on Magic Johnson. It is Magic's first foul.
And he was trying to get in position for the offensive board.
One of the reasons why the Lakers did not go to the line many times is because they just not create that many foul situations. Here's a man that the Lakers are hoping does not explode. That's Andrew Toney. It took the Sixers now 2 minutes and 40 seconds to score in this game. Wilkes, Johnson, foul. Moses Malone. Moses doesn't like that call, and he had 5 fouls when he went to the bench in game 2, and the Lakers couldn't take advantage of it. And the crowd appreciates this call as Johnson goes to the line for 2. A spirited start here in game number 3. Malone still cranky over that call.
You make it sound like a little guy.
Yesterday in practice, Magic Johnson missed 6 free throws in a row, and someone yelled, "That's more than the team had a shot in game number 2." Hits these 2, and an 8-2 game, the Lakers lead, 9-10 and running, remaining in the first period. Rambis picks up Andrew Toney. Leaves it for Cheeks. Malone, offensive rebound. Malone. And he finally draws the foul. You know, Bill, I'm coming to the conclusion it doesn't pay to get Moses Malone angry.
Well, if you're going to give him an incentive while you're making him angry, that's not a good idea. But he works so hard anyway. I don't think he can do much more harm than he's doing already, because he's one of those hard workers. I mean, real hard workers.
Foul is on Kurt Rambis. Team fouls are 2-2 now.
Now, Dick, in the playoffs, you get a lot of posturing done. A lot of guys saying things and saying things. And this stuff, most of the reason for it is to try to get an edge, because the referees, they hear all this stuff. You know, like we didn't get any free throws and all this kind of stuff, and you're just trying to get just a little edge as much as you can.
8-4 the score. The Lakers have had the lead since the start, scoring the first 6 points. Rambis with a good move past Ivaroni. He went baseline on Ivaroni and taught him a lesson there.
See, this is Rambis' second year, and he's going to teach that young upstart something.
They were both cut from the New York Knicks within a day of each other. They've known each other. Toney in a crowd. Good play by Toney. He had Kareem and a few yellow shirts in there. Jamal Wilkes. Rambis gets another offensive rebound. And Norm Nixon. All 5 Lakers starters are in the scoring column.
And this game is a very physical game. Now, here's the matchup I was talking about with Jamal Wilkes on Toney. The transition from offense to defense, because he starts from the guard position, is altogether different for him. It can be difficult. That's the reason the timing is not there on that fast break.
Julius Erving, who had 14 points in game 2 after a 20-point output in game number 1. Rambis. They're not double teaming Kurt, and he takes steps.
Now, this is the move that he used before, and maybe he thought that he could go baseline again, because this time he went baseline. Iverson let him go baseline, and he scored. So that's took steps that time.
7.5 minutes remaining, first period. Knocked away by Jamal Wilkes. Behind for Magic. Magic. call a foul on Ivaroni, and Magic didn't even see that ball when it went up. And he almost had himself a three-point possibility. Foul is on Ivaroni, his first, and the 13th foul on the Sixers. Ivaroni is going out, and Clement Johnson, who had a urinary tract infection and was in the hospital, did not play in game number 2, comes into the game. So Clement Johnson back in action for Philadelphia, replacing Ivaroni.
And we've seen so far the fact that Magic Johnson is trying to score more. He got that offensive foul on the offensive board, and he's gone to the hoop a couple of times already.
You get the sense that the Lakers know they have to be more aggressive. I mean, not only is Johnson being that way, but Rambis particularly.
Well, what's happening, I think Rambis is mostly emotional, but because the Eastern Conference is far more physical, the Lakers are going to have to play a more physical game.
You have said many times during the year that there's simply a difference between the East and the Western Conference as far as physical play. The East has most of the muscle people. Illegal defense called against Los Angeles. That's a warning. Second time will be a technical foul. And without going into a lot of mumbo-jumbo, it has to do with playing a zone where a man is just on the floor not guarding someone.
I think that, in that case, it was Kurt Rambis didn't go outside with Andrew Toney.
14-8, the Lakers are leading. Julius Erving into the basket against Wilkes. Julius has the ball again. Traveling. Lakers are playing a better swarming defense than we have seen in 3 games.
They've worked at it before, it just wasn't as effective. I think what they've done is you call fine-tuning, is make sure that they start to where they want to go a little quicker. That's all. They step up quicker, they're much more effective.
Under 7 minutes to go, first period. Lakers have led all the way. Rambis.
Great play by Norm Nixon and Kurt Rambis, but you see what I mean by Norm Nixon handling the ball more on the offense.
Yes. Most apparent here in the opening quarter. Kareem is guarding Clement Johnson. Rambis stays with Moses Malone, who has scored 2 points so far. Julius Erving driving in. So the man who received the honorary doctorate from Temple University on Thursday now has 4 points in the game. We're going to have a timeout by the Lakers. But watch that pass by Nixon on, what is it, a semi-pick and roll on this play?
It's a pick and roll. So there's a pick right there. Now, as Nixon goes down, Rambis rolls to the basket, and he comes up with a dunk shot. And that's what they'd like to do. Get a lot of give and goes and get inside and get to the basket.
6-point lead for L.A. Game 4 of this World Championship Series in the NBA will be played Tuesday night here at the Forum, 9 o'clock Eastern live, the 76ers and the Lakers. Lakers knowing full well they need to win both of these games at home. Cannot afford to trail 3-1 against a team as strong as the Sixers.
Now, so far in this game, the Lakers have gotten off to a good start. I think that one of the key elements has been the spirited play of Kurt Rambis. Now they're going to have to settle down to continue to execute their plans, which is to get the ball inside and to be more aggressive on the offensive board.
Rambis is 3 for 3 from the field and 2 block shots. Very active power forward. Clement Johnson is overplaying Kareem and doubled quickly by Toney, and a good pass from Magic Johnson to Kurt Rambis. There is that weak side helped by the offense there. 3 men on the baseline, and the Lakers now with an 18-10 lead gets to the ball game. And Jamal Wilkes, he had a season's high of 36 against Philadelphia this year. They'll need his scoring. 10-point lead. Rambis steals the ball. Finds Magic Johnson. Open court for Magic. Nixon pulls up. Oh, Kareem. Fine pass by Norm Nixon.
And I think again Billy Cunningham's going to call a timeout. He didn't want to let this one get out of control.
Absolutely right, Bill.
Cunningham has to make sure that they don't let the game get too far and have to start playing catch-up ball.
That's solar energy Pat O'Brien was talking about. The Lakers have moved out smartly to a 22-10 lead with 5:21 remaining. Here's a sequence at both ends of the court, Bill.
Yeah, here's a good defensive play by Kurt Rambis where he knocks the ball loose and then gets the outlet pass to Magic Johnson. That's a good place to get it because you're always in pretty good shape when he's got the ball. He goes down, and they pass to Kareem, who will drop it over right over the top.
Well, a team that's been passing crisply has been leading in the game throughout all of these games. When the Lakers are passing the ball well, they're leading. That's what they're doing right now. Double team on Malone. Steal. And Nixon going in against Andrew Toney. And there was a fast break effort that resulted in nothing. And now a 2-on-1 for Philadelphia. Behind to Andrew. So that breaks a string of 6 in a row by the Lakers, who are hitting 60% of their shots and had 4 of their last 5 before they missed on the fast break. Kareem over Clement Johnson.
Now, with the diversification in their offense, what the Lakers have put in, now that skyhook becomes a safety valve rather than the main offense.
Clint Richardson has come in the game. He's handling the ball now. Missing from the corner. Kareem gets the outlet to Nixon. 2-on-1 with Jamal Wilkes. This is what the Lakers call showtime. And they're putting on a show. 26-12 with nearly 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Julius Erving misses. And another rebound by Kareem, his 5th. Norm Nixon to Witt. Again, but he missed that shot. Erving is fouled going in. Despite the Lakers' flurry, they have not converted on the fast break that they had 2 of the last 3 times down the court.
Because that is the key essence to the Philadelphia team. They are an outstanding defensive team, and they are never or very rarely they easy baskets.
Bobby Jones and Bob McAdoo are into the game as Rambis gets a hand going out. McAdoo, they need his scoring. Kurt Rambis gave them what they needed, 8 points and 2 block shots. The fast break story. Philadelphia had owned the edge in the first 2 games, but so far Philadelphia has not had a fast break basket against the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers have been executing their offense so well, and what has happened is the Sixers get their fast breaks off of defense when they make turnovers or off the defensive board. And the Lakers have, the way they've executed their offense has pretty much eliminated as part of the setup for today's game. But still only the first quarter.
26-13. Clint Richardson has done a good job on Magic Johnson. Kareem. And Julius Erving gets it out quickly to Cheeks. Michael Cooper is back on defense.
Now they've scored on the fast break.
That's their first points off the fast break. And here's a turnover. And when they get the ball at that point, they usually come up again. Lakers get back, however. Clint Richardson, one of the bench heroes. Bobby Jones, 2 of the men off the bench in the game now, along with Clement Johnson. Bobby Jones, offensive rebound. 3:06 remaining in the first period. Lakers by 11. Their biggest lead, 14. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Philadelphia. And there's Bobby Jones. He has done everything coming off the bench, scoring, block shots, passing, rebounding, and now Philadelphia has run off a string of 5 in a row.
And when they're playing good defense, they shoot so much better. It's remarkable how much better they shoot when they're playing good defense.
Abdul-Jabbar taking advantage of Clement Johnson's defense. Jake O'Donnell had some words for Pat Riley.
Oh, I think that the 2 coaches have a lot of conversations out loud. It's called a stage whisper that the referees can overhear.
22:20 remaining, first period. McAdoo on Jones. Nixon on Cheeks. Clement Johnson had it and lost it. Bottled up. Last touch by McAdoo. But good LA defense there. They have 5 seconds to attempt a shot. Jess Kersey, the official.
Which is plenty of time.
Clement Johnson gets the offensive rebound. Picked up and missed. And it's still Philadelphia ball. Right now, Philadelphia is far more aggressive than L.A. off of their offensive board.
Well, Bob McAdoo's in there. He's in position, but because of that leg, he can't jump. And he's in there reaching, trying to get rebounds, and that, not with these guys reaching, will not get it.
Good explanation. Under 2 minutes to play, first period. Julius got free and Bobby Jones. You know, the Bobby Jones-Julius Erving combination is similar to what Magic and Wilkes do for the Lakers.
They play very well together. Defensively, too, they cover for each other. I've watched them work the coverage for each other defensively, and they know each other very well.
So the Sixers have cut the Laker lead to 9 right now. McAdoo out to Michael Cooper. Puts a fake on Julius Erving. Michael Cooper, who is 6 for 7 from the field. In game number 2, scoring 12 points. He has been scoring about 4 more than his regular average. Kareem on Bobby Jones's miss. And the Lakers can go up by 13, but they turn it over. And here's Clint Richardson, one of the fastest players in the league, according to Pat Riley.
Well, the Sixers are getting back on defense on all those fast breaks. They've gotten guys back there on most of the situations. And so the Lakers haven't been able to capitalize a few times because of good defense.
Quick passing results in a basket. Julius made a good pass to Clement Johnson, who had good range. Down to 9 points with 45 seconds to go in the period. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is 4 for 8 shooting in this game. Now 5 for 9. And Kareem has 10 points.
And so far, it's been that the Lakers have not gone to Kareem exclusively as a focal point of offense, but as a safety valve. If they can keep that up rather than going to him all the time, they're a better team and run their half-court offense.
9 seconds on the shot clock for Maurice Cheeks and the Sixers. Double screen for Clint Richardson. Out to Cooper, 13 seconds. McAdoo. Magic keeps it alive, and McAdoo has 6 seconds to go. Steal by Julius Erving. A race against the clock. No good, but the Lakers have had a good period. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 7 rebounds in the game. That's almost as many as he had in the first 2. At the Memorial Golf Tournament in Ohio, final round action has been delayed because of rain. David Graham has a 1-stroke lead over Hale Irwin and Ben Crenshaw. We will have a report from Pat Summerall and Ken Venturi at halftime of our game as we start the second period here in Los Angeles. Pat Riley said, I need Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to get into double figures in rebounding. He had 4 rebounds in each of the first 2 games, but so far he is the leading scorer with 10 points. And more important for the Lakers, he has 7 rebounds as you look at the matchup with Moses Malone.
Well, Moses in the games, the first 2 games, didn't really get off to a fast start. But he's so relentless and has such stamina that you know his totals will really increase as the game goes.
Mark Landsberger, number 54. The old bull in the china shop is in the game for the Lakers. Tough physical player inside. Philadelphia has Ivaroni starting up front with Bobby Jones. Cheeks loses it to Michael Cooper. Baseline. Jamal Wilkes. He has 8 points as Kareem starts the second period on the bench. McAdoo is playing the center position with Landsberger and Wilkes up front, and Moses Malone remains in the game.
Now, what you see the Sixers will do, usually to try to take advantage of McAdoo, is to go inside in driving situations, not necessarily to Moses.
Malone is guarded by Landsberger, who caused him problems in game 1. The basket will count and a foul on Landsberger. Mark Landsberger, who had 10 rebounds to lead the Lakers in game 1.
Now, Moses scored on that play, but he scored it on Landsberger. But the key to what the Sixers try to do when Kareem is not in there is to get penetration, because they feel they can go to the hoop without hit. Because when he's in there, there are not a lot of layups, although some people don't think he's as good a defense as a player as he is. He's very intimidating defensively.
Lakers by 11. They had a 14-point lead in the first period. Magic Johnson. Malone clears it. Jones quickly to Ivaroni. 6 rebounds for Moses Malone. Richardson looking for Moses. Good cut by Cheeks and a good pass by Malone. At Houston, he didn't show all of the tools that he has. It was a slow-down, half-court power game, and a lot of people have been surprised at Moses Malone's style. He's got a complete game. Michael Cooper shooting from outside. He has really been a deadeye in the series so far. And the Lakers again by 11. Minute and a half gone by, second period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell here at the Forum, and Landsberger commits a foul and has a word for O'Donnell. 2 in a row on Mark.
Well, the players are a little loquacious so far, but they found out the referees don't understand the language they're using. They stop talking to them.
And they're talking a lot, too, I know. Cheeks looking for Malone. He's trying to take advantage of Landsberger. Loose ball foul against Philadelphia.
Mark Alberoni on Bob McAdoo. Now that McAdoo is warmed up a little bit, he can take a chance on jumping. Although he didn't when he first went out there because that pool, when it's cold, you can't really do that.
L.A. big edge in field goal percentage. 2 minutes gone by, second period. Lakers have had the lead from the start. Warming up is Bob McAdoo, and warming up that shooting eye. So it's up to 13 again. Los Angeles in front. They look for Malone. He's 1 for 5, but is overthrown by Richardson. Turns it over to L.A.
And the one thing that's really different about these two teams is that the Laker defense lives up their offense, but the Sixer offense lives up their defense.
Billy Cunningham reached 300 wins before anyone else in the game of pro basketball. CBS Sports Saturday, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central and Pacific. Next weekend, Buckner against Marvis Frazier. 9:42 remaining in the second period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell live from the Forum in Inglewood. The Lakers have led all the way. They're up by 13 points.
You know, Dick, it's interesting to me to see how the Lakers play when they're 2 games behind. And because to be champions, you have to be able to play under all conditions. And it's interesting to watch them see how they perform today.
Magic has 6 assists so far, looking for a 7th. Off the screen, Wilt. 7 assists for Earvin Magic Johnson, who had 11 in the first game and 13 in the second. And Jamal Wilkes with 5 for 7 from the field, far and away his best shooting game so far. Biggest lead of the game right now by the Lakers is 15, but now L.A. is called for the foul.
That's Landsberger against Malone again. You know, Moses is not only strong and quick, but he's a very smart player. And when it comes to pushing, there has to be a reason he hasn't gotten in a lot of foul trouble, because he knows what he's doing.
3 fouls, and then Landsberger goes out, replaced, of course, by Kareem, who has 10 points and 7 boards. McAdoo sagging off against Ivoroni. Jones put a move on Johnson and then got his own rebound. Bobby Jones is all over the court. If there is a subtle hero so far for Philadelphia in the 2 games, it would have to be Bobby Jones. Under 9 minutes to go, second period. Coming off the screen, McAdoo this time. Cheeks on the run. Tony looking inside, double team on Malone. Now Andrew goes in, knocked away by Magic Johnson. Good defense by Magic and Kareem. Inside Kareem, outside Magic.
What Magic saw was that Andrew Tony had to pull up for the jump because Kareem was there, and so he came in and played the defensive play perfectly.
Andrew trying to free himself. Rebound Johnson. This is what the Lakers like. Philadelphia is back on defense, but here comes Johnson.
Wait for the captain. Wait for the captain. When they don't want to, they don't have to break. They like to wait to get Kareem as part of the offense.
He's fouled, and that's what the Lakers want. Magic Johnson on defense, right here.
Now here's the play. Tony's going, and he has to pull up, and there's Magic catches it just as he starts up. Because there's Kareem. He knew he had to pull up.
Kurt Rambis returns to the game, and McAdoo goes out. McAdoo scored 2 points. Rambis in. The personal foul was on Bobby Jones, his first. 2 team fouls on Philadelphia. Lakers have been hit with 3. Julius Erving now comes back in the ball game. He has scored 7 in the game. Julius will beat you so many ways. Bobby Jones is out. He had 5 blocked shots in the first game. He can pass, rebound, and they'll still score if they need it. First miss from the line by the Lakers in this game. Up by 14. Under 8 minutes to go. Julius Erving.
He makes it look so easy, and it's not.
He has a couple of championship rings when Kevin Lockery coached him with the ABA Nets. He's looking for his first NBA championship. Rambis looking inside. Wilkes has nothing there. And Kurt. That's an Earl Cureton style shot, isn't it?
Hey, he's having one of those days. You might as well try it. When you're having that day, nothing goes wrong.
5 for 5 for Kurt Rambis. Irving comes back. And Kareem has his 8th rebound. This could be the biggest lead of the game if the Lakers can convert with 7:15 to go in the first half. It's been all L.A. Wilkes. Off Ivaroni. And it's Philadelphia ball as Rambis almost took it away from Ivaroni. Norm Nixon is coming back in for Los Angeles, not showing too many effects apparently of that injured shoulder. And going out of the ball game is Magic Johnson, and he has been superb. 4.7 assists for Magic.
Norm Nixon's my idea of a tough guy. Because he's hurting a little bit, and he's playing just like that's his part of the game.
Andrew Toney looks the cheeks.
And he knows what to do with it. He's a safety valve for the Philadelphia offense.
Must have had his fill of chocolate chip cookies last night. He can live on those things. Does Cheeks. Kareem. Skyhook misses, and Ivaroni fights 2 Lakers for the ball. 43-31, Lakers lead. 6:22 to go. There's a pass from Tony to Malone, who's fouled by Michael Cooper. Andrew Toney with a fine pass to Moses Malone, and he'll go to the line. But first we'll have a timeout.
And you've seen more outstanding defensive plays in this game already than you've seen in a lot of games for 48 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, home for summer vacation.
Now here's that last shot by Kurt Rambis. Well, I got to do something with it. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's what I'll do with it.
I didn't see them work on that in practice yesterday.
Kevin Lockery, Pat Riley is showing us something with his guts as a coach.
He sure has, Brent. Most coaches being down 2-0 would make changes. He went with Rambis on Moses. Rambis shut out Moses in the whole first quarter, and also was 5 for 5 from the floor for 10 points.
All right, let's go back over now to Dick and Bill.
Thank you very much, Brent. Don't forget at halftime, Kevin and Brent will assess this game a little deeper. Pat O'Brien will also be with us. Rambis has outscored Ivaroni 10-0. Ivaroni had played 2 fine games in the first 2. But I think we're seeing also a more active Magic Johnson and a judicious use of Kareem on offense.
Yes, and they're moving the ball real well. You notice that when the Lakers are playing very well, Jamal Wilkes has good shooting days. And I don't know how many points he's got, but I do know that he's been very effective today, and that's one of the key things to watch for when the Lakers are playing well.
He has 10 points, and he's been hot from the field. He's been struggling so far from the field in the first 2 games. Nearly halfway through this first half of the second period. Nixon called for the offensive foul. He had to shove off with his left arm when he went up with the right hand on that shot. Second personal foul on Norman Nixon, and the 14th foul against the Lakers, and one more, and it'll be the penalty. Each team has allowed 14 fouls in a period before they're in the penalty.
This is something that the Sixers like to do. They like to isolate Julius, Toney, or Moses so they can play one-on-one. That's the key to their offense, is to try to get these guys isolated so that the double team is not effective. And then play the good, strong team defense.
Julius Erving is 5 for 11. We're going to see Johnson come back in the game for the Lakers. It's a 9-point game again. 76ers slicing it down to 9. It was 15. Wild shot off the side of the backboard by Kareem.
It was blocked by Moses.
And here comes Cheeks driving right past Dixon. Iavaroni is fouled by Kurt Rambis. This is where the Lakers, they want to maintain a lead at halftime, have to really put the stops on.
Now here's the play. Cheeks goes up, he misses it. And now there's the foul right there. Take that.
You're going to foul? Make it count, right?
Just don't draw blood.
That's the 15th foul against Los Angeles. Magic Johnson comes in, replaces Kurt Rambis.
Now the reason you had to rush Magic back in there is the Sixers are starting to get a little stronger on the boards. And he's the best rebounder they have, so you got to have him in there.
It'd be nice to draw conclusions of what's happened so far, but you really can't, because the Lakers have more than held their own in the first half of the first two games. It's been the second half when the rebounding has really changed dramatically in favor of Billy Cunningham's Sixers, and Philadelphia has just gone on a scoring splurge. Tighten up the defense. Against Malone, Kareem. This is the sky hook, Julius. Look at that move. Lost his footing, came up with the ball. Nearly 5 minutes to go in the first half. Malone goes up and is fouled. How do you not foul Moses Malone when he gets the ball down deep like that?
Well, what happened was he had Magic on him. He says, no 6'8" guy can guard me. And so they gave him a beautiful pass, and the help from the weak side got there a little too late. So then he's up in the air, and he moved that ball around pretty well to draw the foul.
It's on Michael Cooper, his second. Bobby Jones back in. Iavaroni went out. The 76ers have gone on the line 10 times and have managed to hit only 4 shots. Now they're getting closer to 500, which is still not good enough. 8-point game.
Now the game is being decided now. The Lakers got off to a good start, and as I said earlier, there's a lot of emotional. Now they got to come down and execute. And they haven't been able to do it so far in a lot of situations where you expect it to.
Turnover, Bobby Jones in the baseline, and now Philadelphia making their big spurt now, 43-37. It's a 6-point game, and this is the closest Philadelphia has come to the Lakers. Pat Riley says, don't stop now. We have 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first half. The Lakers called the 22nd timeout.
Now here's the good Philadelphia defense. Norm Nixon goes inside, passes, they're forced to pass. Now the Sixers come up with the ball, they run it up, and as I said, they feed off their defense. It's a good pass. Bobby Jones takes a little jump on the baseline, and that's history.
This is the closest the Sixers have been since 12-8 early in the first period. And I have to think the way the first two games have gone, Bill, no matter what the Lakers do in this game, they always will have to be wary of that big defensive clampdown that the Sixers always seem to have in the second half, and particularly in the fourth period.
Well, what you do, the coach Riley may do when he sees this thing developing, because you can sense it, is maybe call an excessive amount of timeouts just to change the momentum.
Jamal Wilkes with a hoop. He has 12 points. Hopefully it could be a rally breaker from the Laker point of view, but Philadelphia playing strong and coming back in this game. Julius Erving, and Tony gets the offensive rebound. Malone. That's the difference right there.
Now that Malone got the third offensive rebound.
Bobby Jones, and the Sixers will try to cut it to 4. And they do. And now Philadelphia is the band on the run now, and the Lakers are trailing 45-41, are leading by 4 points with 3:40 to go in the first half. So a 15-point has been shaved to 4 now. Magic hits outside.
Now this is what the Lakers are going to have to do. They're going to have to keep fighting the Sixers off. Get those key baskets that stop these tremendous offensive runs that are set up by the defense.
They're going to have to keep fighting them off to the end of this game if they're lucky enough to be, fortunate enough to be in front. We have a timeout called by Philadelphia, but Billy Cunningham has to like their position. They're trailing by 6 points with 3:21 to go in the half. They know the second half has been their half.
Converse All-Stars. They started out on the basketball court, but now
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Converse All-Stars. Look for them everywhere. Official athletic shoe of the 1984 Olympic Games.
Coming up at the half now, Kevin Lockery will be here to analyze exactly how the Philadelphia 76ers were able to climb back in this so quickly. Also, we'll talk about the problems with the Boston Celtics, the resignation of Coach Bill Fitch, and we will have our Miller High Life Player and Coach of the Year, and Pat O'Brien has some oddities. Pat?
Thank you very much, Brent. For example, we're going to take a different look at the NBA. How many national anthems do you think you've listened to? Moses Malone thinks 3,000 or 4,000. Some stats you may not have heard of at the half. And a couple of guys who've heard the anthem a few times, Dick and Russ.
Well, we like to hear you sing it, Pat. That would be something new.
Then we really get some protests from the viewers, Dick.
You know, a key man for the Lakers has been Magic Johnson, not only what he's done on the court, but his absence. He went out of the game with L.A. ahead by 14, 43-29. While he was out, Philadelphia cut it 8. Then extended it to 12-2 as part of that spurt before the Lakers hit a couple of field goals. And when they did, Magic was part of it.
Well, when he's running the offense, it's a little more difficult to shut it down.
Philadelphia trying to cut it to 4. The closest they've come is 4 points. Andrew Toney and Jamal Wilkes, who's had a good first half. Here's Johnson running the show. He's short. Malone gets the outlet pass to Andrew Toney, and that's as easy as that.
That shot to the offense, it wasn't in the flow, so there was no chance of an offensive rebound, and that's when you guys really get a fast break going.
47-43, Julius Erving on a steal.
Double dribble or discontinuous. And whether he dribbles with both hands, you can't do that. Whatever you call it.
Pat Riley, along with Billy Cunningham, former broadcasters who entered the head coaching legions, and of course neither of them I would think will make a whole career out of coaching in pro basketball. They have other things in mind. McAdoo you saw come back in the ball game. Going out is Cooper, and on a steal on the inbound. That's one thing the Lakers have had problems with in this series in their own half, the inbound pass. Andrew Toney is fouled by Magic Johnson. The Lakers have been in the penalty for quite a while, so Andrew will go to the line and shoot 2.
Now, the Lakers have not been able to get good shots the last few in this run that the Sixers have made because their defense they've been able to get back on the fast breaks. And early in the game, there were some opportunities the Lakers missed that would have given them a bigger lead.
Clement Johnson and Mark Ivaroni. Yesterday at practice, the Lakers spent considerable time working on the kind of play that just failed for them. The inbound in their half of the court. And he saw the interception. Toney misses both shots, but Cheeks gets the rebound. And here's Jamal Wilkes. Bobby Jones gets back. Malone knocks it away from Wilkes. Out of bounds.
And that's, again, you see the Sixers get back on defense. Now,
it was this guy that got back.
Jamal was out ahead of everybody, and 2 guys passed him or caught up with him to stop the play.
Glenn Richardson replaces Andrew Toney. Johnson double teamed by Irving and Clint Richardson. Bobby Jones is like a gnat in there. Kareem. Offensive rebound, McAdoo. No foul, block shot. And a Laker foul
by Bob McAdoo.
So things seem to be crumbling a little bit for the Lakers right now, though they have the lead. They were up by 15 points, but now it seems that Philadelphia is beating them to the ball and playing better defense.
Now here's the play. There's Jamal Wilkes. He's out front. There comes Bobby Jones on the weak side. Moses knocks it loose, and Jamal still comes up with it. But the Sixers just hustle back on defense.
The Lakers have committed 12 fouls to 5 for Philadelphia, so the same story is developing going to the line. Philadelphia has been to the line 15 times, the Lakers 6.
Now the Lakers, this is a very hard part of the game for the Lakers because they got such a good start that they're emotionally drained a little bit, and to maintain the competitive edge is very difficult because they're up so high that when you drop off of it, it's always a plunge.
The man from Petersburg, Moses Malone. Petersburg, Virginia, his hometown, where he went from high school to the professional ranks. A couple of years in the American Basketball Association. He was part of the Houston team that beat the Lakers in the mini-series a couple of years ago when he dominated Kareem. And this year, Philadelphia won the 2 regular season games, although Kareem was absent with migraine headache for one of them. And so far, the Sixers have not lost to the Lakers this season. Here's Nixon.
He and Maurice Cheeks both have that problem with the migraine headache, Kareem and Maurice Cheeks.
Cheeks had committed the foul, and Nixon will settle for 1 for 2. 48-45 Los Angeles, and we have 2 minutes to go in the first half. Sixers try to make it 3-0 in game. With a screen from Bobby Jones, Clint Richardson misses, but Malone tips it in over Abdul-Jabbar. And it's a 1-point game. The 76ers have not had the lead in this ball game. Malone has 9 rebounds and 10 points. So he's coming on strong in this period. McAdoo. McAdoo's second basket of the game. Cheeks is very important for Philadelphia. Blocked from behind by Magic Johnson, and the pass out of bounds.
And that's, again, the Lakers have not capitalized in that they've thrown the ball away on fast break opportunities.
Even when they had the big lead, they did not complete the fast break opportunities every time down, or most of them. Overplaying is McAdoo. Gets the loose ball.
And he turned it over.
He does not have much mobility out there, so you don't expect McAdoo to get the ball and go to the hoop with the speed on the court right now. Michael Cooper comes in for McAdoo. Bill?
And he might have pulled that a little bit that time in trying to take off.
Don't forget at halftime, Brent Musburger and Kevin Lockery, the Boston story with Bill Fitch resigning, and something unusual from Pat O'Brien. Philadelphia taking moving to it at point 50-49, not yet taking the lead. 42 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now the Sixers have stopped the Lakers running game. They have got to execute their half-court offense. And that's a foul on Alvarone. But they have got to execute their inside game, but they have to be careful that they keep going to Kareem exclusively. The Philadelphia 76ers defense is set up to counter that particular thing.
Rambis comes into the game, replacing Johnson. Alvarone has 3 personal fouls, 14 fouls on Philadelphia. They've avoided getting into the penalty. 16 on the shot clock. 50-49, the Lakers lead, and this crowd, which had been roaring earlier, is quieted down. Wilkes. And Bobby Jones the rebound. Bobby Jones is everywhere, doing everything. Cooper knocks it back to Wilkes. Long pass down to Kareem against Malone. And he's fouled by Moses.
And Moses wants the offensive foul, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Second foul on Malone.
Now here's a replay. Here's Bobby Jones making a pass. And there's Jamal Wilkes sitting and giving a long pass to Kareem. Got a one-on-one.
It's you and me.
And there's the play that Moses said he wanted.
2 seconds remaining in the first half. Kareem has 12. Wilkes has 12. Tony 10 and Malone 10, with Irving with 11 points leading Philadelphia. Free throw by Kareem, pressure by Rambis with 2 seconds. 52-49, and that'll do it. But the Lakers are a little sobered right now. Pat Riley's team had a 15-point lead. It was cut to 1. Now it is 3. But more important, perhaps, for L.A. is that Bob McAdoo re-injured the muscle pull in his thigh. And we don't know what his status will be when he comes back in the second half. Pat Riley, as you see, is not happy with what it winds up with in this first half. Keep in mind, the second half has been spelled Philadelphia in the series. We'll be back with Brent Musburger here at the Forum in Inglewood in a moment.
At the half of Game 3 of this NBA World Championship, and the Philadelphia 76ers have to feel very good. They were trailing by 15 Already there points. Are rumors about a successor to Fitch, one of which has Jack McKinney, who is very popular with general manager Red Auerbach, leaving Indiana and becoming the coach of the Celtics. And then there's an assistant in Boston by the name of K.C. Jones. He once did an outstanding job as head coach of the Washington Bullets. Well, not everything is grim warfare in the NBA. There are some lighter touches around this league, and to take a look at that, let's go to Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Okay, thank you, Brian. You know, we examine a lot of stats during the course of a game, but I began to think there are some stats that you may not have thought much of, but they are stats that the players are certainly very much aware of. Frankly, most Americans get so caught up in their own work, they forget that there are hardships in other occupations. Even those that seem ideal, like getting paid huge amounts of money for playing a game most people learned in gym class. Let's get one thing straight right now. We are not by any stretch of the imagination feeling sorry for the NBA players. They are, as a group, the highest paid professional athletes. It is seasonal work. But the job does have its, well, its ups and downs. For example, think for a moment about the physical aspects. Like to jog? How about sprint? A starter sprints up and down that waxed hardwood maybe 100 games, sometimes full speed, and when it's all added up, that's 200 miles of wind sprints. Let's talk tennis shoes. How many do you have? One, maybe two pair? Some players wear a new pair every night. That's 200 shoes to break in, lace, dispose of. While we're on that subject, how many times at your job do you get dressed, undressed, dressed, and undressed, and dressed again? Travel in your job? A regular season plus playoffs take the players maybe 100,000 miles. And for one thing, that's a lot of movies in the air.
All the time I really like movies is when a good Western is on. They never show no Western on the airplane, so, you know, they're in trouble with me. I don't watch movies.
Hotels. They were not made for very tall people, period. The showers are too little, the beds too short.
The showers are a hassle. You know, I hit my head on a few curtain rods getting in and out and having to stoop to take a shower.
Well, I'm a diagonal sleeper. I have been most of my life. And, you know, you just make ends meet.
How about national anthems? 100 or so renditions a year, and trying to stay interested after the first dozen or so might be a chore.
This one particular guy was singing the national anthem. And after the first line, he forgot the whole anthem.
Little things. Getting booed half the season at away games. Getting beat up on a regular basis. Autographing everything from matchbooks to flesh.
This one lady told me, she said, hey, autograph me right here on my thigh. And I never watched it again, you know, but I had to back away from that one.
But it is nice work if you can keep it. And hey, it is seasonal. But if you lose, the off-season can be awfully depressing. But not for long. Summer camp is only 3 months away. Oh, well, somebody's got to do it.
It's the best job in America as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't trade it for any other job. And I think there's a lot of people out there that would be happy to have my job.
You know, sometimes the job is boring. The Celtics, to break the boredom, had an 11-year gin game, and at last count, Sam Jones owed Bill Russell $4 million. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. Let's go back to Brent Musburger.
Thank you, Pat. Coming up, we're going to go back to Pat Summerall and get an update on the Memorial Golf Tournament, and they will be giving you that right after these messages from your local station. Thank you, Pat. You know, this is the time of year when we select the Miller Most Valuable Coach and Player. And Sam Belnavis of the Miller Brewing Company made the presentation for us.
Thank you, Brent. Miller High Life, for the third consecutive year, is proud to present these awards benefiting the Special Olympics. The National Basketball Association Player of the Year, as selected by CBS sports announcers and its production team, is Moses Malone of the Philadelphia 76ers. Moses came to Philadelphia in the offseason and led the league in rebounding and the 76ers to their best record in over a decade. In addition to this trophy, Moses, Miller High Life will make a $5,000 contribution in your name to the Special Olympics organization. Congratulations.
I'll thank Miller High Life for this award that I'm receiving right now. I thank Special Olympics for being a part of this. Thank you very much.
The 1982-83 NBA Coach of the Year award goes to Don Nelson of the Milwaukee Bucks. This season, Don's team, despite injuries, won his 4th straight divisional title and reached the Eastern Conference Finals. Unfortunately, Don could not be with us today. Accepting Don's trophy is Larcel Wagstaff, a participant in the Special Olympics. Larcel, Miller High Life will also make a contribution in the amount of $5,000 in the name of Don Nelson to the Special Olympics organization.
On behalf of the Special Olympics, I thank you very much.
Once again, gentlemen, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin Lockery, I want you to know I voted for you anyway. Here in the first half, the 76ers couldn't get off the mark against the Lakers early. What was the key there?
Exactly right, Brett. This was 2 different quarters. The first quarter, the Lakers really come out very inspired. They made some changes in their offense. They opened the floor a little bit to give their guards a little bit more room, and it worked very well. But Philadelphia came back very strong and weathered the storm. Here's where the Lakers have opened up the floor. They've taken Kareem out of the lane. They try to post up Magic, but now it's a pick and roll with Nixon to Rambis. Kareem's not in the middle, so Rambis has plenty of room to get inside.
And it was like a different game. Suddenly, in the second period, the 76ers come alive. Why, Kevin? What were the keys there?
When L.A. gets in trouble, it's because of lack of execution. Here, Nixon again has the middle open. Hits Magic with a pretty good pass, but the ball is picked up by Cheeks. L.A. has trouble sometimes executing the half-court offense. Here, Cheeks will hit to the corner, and now Bobby Jones will fill the lane and hit the little jump shot with a pass from Tony. Philadelphia has scored a bunch of their points off defense.
Kevin, what should we look for in the second half by these two clubs?
I think the Lakers have made some changes offensively. They have to come out in the first 3 minutes of this half and play real well, because Philadelphia, even though they're down 3 points, they think they're ahead because they came back from a 15-point deficit.
So you would say that the first part of the second half might be the most important part of this basketball game?
I think if L.A. does not open up a 10-point lead in the beginning of this half, that Philly might take this game.
All right, we'll have the second half. Philadelphia and Los Angeles. The Lakers trail in this series by 2 games. We'll be right back in a moment.
Dick Stockton back at halftime of the NBA Game 3 World Championship with the Lakers leading the 76ers 52-49. Let's look at some of the statistics of the first half. As Pat Riley said to his team, no rebounds, no rings. And Philadelphia has a healthy advantage in rebounds. And on second chance points off of the offensive glass, Philadelphia has a big edge there, and that's been the story for them throughout. Field goals, Philadelphia is not shooting well. Nonetheless, they are very much in this game. And on the free throw line, the same story. Philadelphia has gone to the line more than L.A., but they haven't been able to convert them at 7 for 15. In the matchup of centers, Kareem had a big edge after the first period, but you can see how that has been narrowed to 13 to 10 points in favor of Kareem and 9 rebounds apiece. So, Bill Russell, what do you think?
Well, the Sixers came back with their strong defense. The Lakers have to start the third quarter the very same fashion that they started the game, because it's very important they start the third and fourth quarter strong. Now, what they're going to have to do is execute the half-court defense, offense. Philadelphia's not going to give them much room to run, and where the game that they'd like to play, that fast break game, they can forget that. They're going to have to execute the half-court game.
Bill, was that an emotional start that the Lakers had?
I could see that, and I thought it was a dangerous thing. They might have started a little too high, because what happens, you get up there and you start playing well and you feel real great, but when you settle down, it's a drop-off and you're below normal, just like you were above normal to start. Now, they might have started too quick. Now they have to regroup in this quarter.
In the 11 games the Sixers have been in during the playoffs, they've been outscored by a total of 4 points in the first half. However, they have outscored the opposition by 45 in this upcoming period, the third, and 17 in the fourth. The Lakers, it's been the other way around. They've had their poorest quarter of the third. So it's something we're going to watch as we get underway in the third period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell, Game 3 of the World Championship Series. Maurice Cheeks in the backcourt with Andrew Toney, who has the ball now. Julius Erving, Mark Ivaroni, and, of course, Moses Malone. Pick and roll to Malone from Toney. Jamal Wilkes comes up with it. Magic Johnson with the ball to Norm Nixon in the backcourt. Rambis and Wilkes up front with Kareem, who has yet to join the action. Stolen by Cheeks on a deflection. Another turnover. And Philadelphia. Irving looking to see what's in front. Ivaroni setting a screen for Cheeks. And Maurice Cheeks scores the first basket of this third period. And it's a one-point game again. That's the closest the Sixers have come after a 15-point first half lead by Los Angeles.
Norm Nixon is not shooting as well as he normally does. I think that shoulder has limited the kind of shots that he can take. And so that's one of the reasons, although it's not an excuse, for they're not executing the fast break as well, because he's one of the guys that pulls the trigger on that.
And just on that last time down the floor, you talked about the Lakers' problems in the half-court game. They're having problems still executing that way. Andrew Toney outside. Rambis clears to Magic Johnson. Philadelphia has not had a lead in this game. They've come within 1 point twice, including right now. Dixon. Julius got a hand on it. Kareem steps on the line, and so the Lakers are not even getting shots now so far in this third period.
The Sixers, on every kind of play, they have a designated place that they play defense, and they're executing very well defensively. They're not reacting to the Laker offense. They are acting defensively.
Already 3 turnovers by L.A. And a din in the crowd. They don't like what they see. Lakers in danger of falling behind 3 games to none unless they win here. And now Wilkes reaching over commits the foul.
He came up on Andrew Toney squared up, and with Andrew Toney, you can't come from him squared up. You have to overplay him that he's going to go to his right. You have to do that.
Ivaroni inbounds for Philadelphia. Philadelphia looking to take their first lead of the game, and another Los Angeles foul. That's Kurt Rambis with his 3rd foul.
And the Lakers are not getting off to a good start in this third quarter.
They are playing as if they were slowed up by molasses. They are not quick, they are not moving, and they're not executing, and Pat Riley's obviously concerned. So the best the Sixers can do right now is to tie the game. Malone is 4 for 8 from the free throw line. And he does. He ties it up. Moses with 11 points. He and Irving lead with 11. And for the Lakers, Kareem has 13 and Wilkes 12. Now we have a Philadelphia foul.
On Andrew Toney.
Right. We're going to have a timeout. Now the Lakers are going to inbound in their own half of the court, something that they really have been struggling to execute. Let's see if they come through any better when we come back following our timeout in a tie game.
Tuesday night, Game 4 of the NBA World Championship. The Philadelphia 76ers meet the Los Angeles Lakers Tuesday night live on CBS Sports.
Game 4 of the World Championship Series, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. The Sixers and the Lakers, who are trying to break into the column, trailing 2 games to none. Right now, here's Pat O'Brien.
Thank you, Dick. An update on Bob McAdoo. He's been suffering with that bruised thigh. He irritated it just before the half. The trainer, Jack Curran of the Lakers, says it is touch and go. They will try to play him later and see how he does with it. Back to you, Dick.
Thank you, Pat. We talked about the Lakers trying to execute when they inbound the ball in their half of the court. They worked on it for a while yesterday. Let's see what they do here. They have scored just 2 points on inbound plays on 1 shot. But there was one time they didn't score, so I think this is the 3rd time. Magic Johnson from the corner missing. Norm Nixon. Bad shoulder and all. Comes off. Kareem. Foul. Ivaroni, maybe. And if it's on Mark, it'll be his 4th personal foul, and it is. The Lakers starting guards, meaning Nixon and Magic Johnson, have taken only 8 shots and have made only 2. That's in the entire game. Nixon working against Cheeks. Picked up by Ivaroni. Rambis is free inside, and now Ivaroni goes back to cover him.
The Lakers.
Offensive foul.
The Lakers are letting the Philadelphia defense dictate what their offensive plays, and that's a bad habit to get into.
They're not getting the ball when a man is open in the split second that he's open. For example, Rambis had Tony on him underneath, and they waited.
They gave him a chance to switch back.
And Ivaroni got back, right.
They weren't able to take advantage of the mismatch.
We're still tied at 52, 9:15 to go. Rambis has 4 fouls, so the 2 starting power forwards have 4 personal fouls apiece. Malone uses his body and gets the point. So Moses Malone gives Philadelphia their first lead of the ball game, and it comes with 9:02 remaining in the 3rd period. 54-52 the score. Jamal Wilkes off the hands of Johnson. So the execution falters again for the Lakers, and on a 2-on-1, Tony takes it in. And now Philadelphia is rolling, and Pat Riley wants to talk it over.
And I don't think the Lakers have scored this half. And that's
7-0 in favor of Philadelphia.
Over 3 minutes, and they haven't scored. And here's Moses getting the relief pass out, outlet pass there. There goes Tony down. Gives Nixon a couple steps right there, all the way.
But that's just the end of the symptom. Well, the crowd is behind the Lakers right now, and so is some of the stars like Neil Diamond and Ann Margaret and a fine actor, Richard Crenna. They are here to watch the Lakers. Buddy Rich, 56-52. The Lakers have turned the ball over 5 times in the first 3 minutes and 14 seconds of this period. And a Philadelphia foul. The Lakers have yet to score in this period with 8:38 remaining. Philadelphia has outscored them 7-0. The personal is on Andrew Toney, his second. Michael Cooper's come in for the Lakers.
And the Lakers are right now in trying to figure out this Sixer defense, are starting to go one-on-one a little bit. And that's also not the thing you want to do. What you have to do is make up your mind, we're going to execute our offense. And all the offense is going to be the defense if you execute them properly. But it takes willpower and discipline.
76ers have played this entire series like they want it more than anybody else in the game of basketball. And there's a perfect example why.
Now, Julius was double-teamed on that play, and he ended up shooting a dunk shot.
58-54. So now it's Philadelphia that's taken the impetus away from Los Angeles after the Lakers had a 15-point lead in the first half.
And that was not a good shot by Jamal Wilkes. And there goes the Sixer fast break, which they worked.
Andrew Toney, double team, and he takes steps. Turns it over to the Lakers. You know, it's amazing that the 76ers, other than perhaps the burst by Moses Malone, have not really had great offensive games by Irving or Toney or Malone individually. They've gotten the job done defensively in a team way. Nixon against Cheeks is pushed. Second foul on no Cheeks.
And they're still not getting good shots, the Lakers are not.
Julius Irving, does he work hard for a basket or what?
And he's been doing it for years and years. Here he is working to get the lob pass. 2 guys on him defensively. Too late.
Philadelphia by 2.
Now the Lakers have established the fact that they can't score. The second half.
Defense, Irving goes in, foul, the basket counts. Julius Irving with a quick move down the middle. The Philadelphia 76ers swept the Knicks in 4 straight. They took Milwaukee 4 games to 1 and lead 2-0 here.
Julius gives a good move here on Jamal Wilkes. He'll go left, right there, right down the middle. Comes up full. Now it's time for a 3-pointer. Now what the Lakers must do if they're going to come back and win this game, they must regroup mentally and not get discouraged. because they say this is going to happen again. You can't think that at all.
They're still looking for their first field goal of this period. With 7:25 remaining in the third. 56-61. And Malone gets the rebound. 5-point lead, Andrew Toney. They're playing with the confidence of a champion right now, Philadelphia. Malone goes outside for it. Magic the rebound. 5 minutes gone by in this period. Still no baskets and another turnover. And Wilkes gets it right back. Tips it up and in. Jamal Wilkes with a second effort.
And they needed that as much as anything. The hustle point there by Jamal Wilkes, because they look like they made another turnover and they come up with a basket.
14 points for Jamal Wilkes. Defense shouts the crowd. 6:35 remaining, third period. Julius Erving goes around Kareem. Reverse layup was off, but he was fouled. It'll be the 14th foul on the Lakers. Both teams have 14 fouls with more than half of the time remaining in the period. That's on Kareem, and it is his first personal foul.
And Julius Erving is off to his own quiet way. No spectacular shot except for that dunk shot, but he is playing a good all-around defense and offense this second half. He's going to try to make sure that they get it in pretty good shape here.
The last 10 years, only one team that had the best record in the regular season has gone on to win the title. 1981 Boston Celtics. Philadelphia had 65 wins, more than anyone else.
And you see the Lakers coming the ball up, no fast break, bringing the ball up. Now they've got to execute this half-court play. Now Kareem's up top, so the middle is open for some of the guys cutting through. And now that he's going back baseline.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Double team Kareem, leaving Michael Cooper open. Moses Malone fights, and Wilkes comes up with it. Nixon down the middle. Foul is on Julius Erving, and Nixon will go to the line, and that's the 15th foul against the Sixers, and number 2 on the doctor.
Now what they've done is they've moved Kareem in and out. In other words, up by the foul line and along the baseline, so that guys can make cuts down the middle. Because when they're going to him exclusively, you can't go down the lane because he's in the lane or his man is in proximity.
There you look at Norman Nixon's playoff average, nearly 20. 5 points. I think it's 6 in this game, counting that first free throw. Philadelphia by 4. Good passing. Open man is Andrew Toney, and he's fouled. Michael Cooper ran into Toney.
After the shot was taken.
15th foul on the Lakers. We are live at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Dick Stockton with Bill Russell. Game 3 of the NBA World Championship with the Lakers trailing 63-59 in this game and 2-0 in the best-of-7 final.
Now on that last play, what the Sixers demonstrated another quality they have as a team is good passes, because they double-teamed Julius Erving, and it took 2 passes, but they found an open Andrew Toney. And if you're good passes and getting that ball around the perimeter, you can take advantage of a double team very easily.
Which is why Billy Cunningham has always said that the one thing you want to prevent the Lakers from doing is passing around the perimeter.
Right. That goes for his team, too.
Toney makes his first free throw in 4 tries. 5-point Philadelphia lead. Kareem against Moses. Wild shot. Malone quickly gets it out to Cheeks. Toney filling the lane. Maurice Cheeks sets it up. The catalyst of this offense, with all the great individual stars, is Maurice Cheeks, and we've said it many times.
Now you see on that left, here's Kareem playing defense on Moses.
Gets his own rebound. Coming off to Magic Johnson. Leaves it for Nixon. He's got Wilkes and Cooper, but goes all the way himself. Cooper.
And they have not executed still on the fast break. They haven't come up empty.
Low bounce pass to Maurice, and he smartly goes outside to set it up. And we'll have a timeout called for by Philadelphia. They're in control at this point, not by a wide margin, but they're outplaying the Lakers.
They're controlling the tempo of the game, which is more important than what the score is. They're playing their game. The Lakers have to try to set up, and they aren't doing too well. They're not getting very good shots.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
The leaderboard at the Memorial, which was delayed because of rain, and they have resumed play. David Graham has a one-stroke lead over Hale Irwin and Ben Crenshaw. And we want to remind you that tonight we will have final round highlights of the Memorial Tournament at 11:30 Eastern Time. Moses Malone had only 2 points in the first period. He's had 11 since then, now up to 12 rebounds for the game. Meanwhile, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 10 points in the first period, has had no field goals since, and has missed his last 5 shots, according to our statistician Marty Aronoff. So a big changeover in the center matchup.
And one of the reasons he has no field goals is that the Sixers have taken away the sky hook. They're making him either have to pass it or shoot the jump shot. They're just standing there so he can't take that step that he has to get that sky hook off.
Inbounding will be Bobby Jones, who has been terrific in this series and has gained momentum since game 1. 5-point Philadelphia lead, and Bobby Jones normally makes that bank shot. Now the Lakers trying to get back. Under 5 minutes to go. They had a 15-point lead, believe it or not, in the second period of this game. Philadelphia has fought back. Kareem is fouled and will shoot at the line. Both teams have been in the penalty, Bill.
Now, the Lakers are now, when they go down, they're looking to go inside. And they may be better if they execute some plays on the baseline to see if they can get Jamal Wilkes loose.
Does that tell you something? 1 for 10 from the field. Sixers just about at 50%. And the Lakers cannot convert, even when they've got good percentage shots inside.
I don't think they're going to shoot a good percentage until they start to work Jamal Wilkes loose on the baseline, because when they do that, that opens up the Philadelphia defense that stretches it. And then Kareem can get the good shots inside.
Kareem makes the free throws. He has 15 points. He's the high scorer for the Lakers. Andrew Toney, by the way, now with 3 personal fouls. Clint Richardson is in with Toney. The trap for the Lakers. Malone shut off the baseline. Kareem does a fine job. 9 seconds on the clock. Relentless double teaming. And Andrew Toney takes it to the hoop. The basket, no good, but a foul. And Andrew will shoot. It's about as aggressive a defense we've seen the Lakers play in this game.
Well, what they're trying to do is trap, double team the ball, and make the Sixers have to make a pass, and maybe they can pick it off the other side, because they're zoning on the weak side. That's why when the Sixers take their time, sometimes they get the zone offense or the illegal defense calls.
Magic Johnson with his 3rd foul. No one in any real deep foul trouble. Rambis and Ivaroni each with 4. Andrew Toney, who had 25 points in game 1, 19 in game 2. Now it's 15. And once again, 5-point lead for Philadelphia, with the clock running down to 4:15 remaining in the 3rd. Irving all over Wilkes. Richardson steals the ball from Johnson and Luke. And Jeff Kersey changes his mind.
Well, he just had the direction wrong. That can happen very easily, that you have the wrong direction. You point the wrong way, but he knows who knocked the ball out.
Yes, he did. Irving's doing a fine job on Wilkes. There's Julius on him. And they're going to call the foul on Moses Malone. That's 3 on Mo. Well, Kareem has not had the foul trouble that Pat Riley was worrying about. He has only 1. There's McAdoo coming in for Jamal Wilkes. He had that injury that he kind of aggravated before the half, and testing it right now.
Now, what the Sixers may do when they get the ball on offense is, before he gets a chance to warm up, they may try to get him involved in the defense, because they know that he'll be deficient, because he can't run at best even when he's warmed up, and see if they can take advantage of that.
He was the hero last year, one of them for the Lakers, we should say. 17 points for Kareem and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Philadelphia leading 66-63. They broke a 52 all time here in the 3rd period. 3:51 remaining. Cooper on Toney. Malone sets a screen for Andrew. He's short. Now Magic has it. Back is Bobby Jones. Good defensive player. And Johnson rolls in with it. Steal. And the Lakers almost took a lead, but Norm Nixon, who was banged up pretty much when he went in there, and he might have drawn some blood with that collision. It's still the Sixers by 1. Moses. He can hit from anywhere. And he's 15 for Malone.
And Norm Nixon is hurting.
Jack Curran and Pat Riley. Nixon is really upset beside that shoulder, which has really been bothering him. He got hit in the neck.
It sort of took his breath away. When you get hit there in the neck on that kind of shot with your neck stretched back, it will take your breath away.
Now the crowd is all over Jake O'Donnell. It's spirited and heated out here. The Lakers beginning to see their backs perhaps getting to the wall if they continue to climb uphill and catch up against this Philadelphia team. It's 68-65 Philly with 3:14 to go in the third.
Philadelphia's a hard team to catch up when they get a lead because they're so good defensively that you have to work so hard just to get close that it takes so much out of you that it's hard to try to pull ahead even if you do catch up.
And Jake O'Donnell blows the whistle. And he's going after Norm Nixon. And he's going to call the foul against Philadelphia.
Andrew Toney.
And Adam Bertoni will be his fourth personal foul. He'll come out of the game, and Maurice Cheeks replaces him. Billy Cunningham from Brooklyn, New York, and University of North Carolina.
Now, what he's thinking, and not saying to the referee, is you let him talk into that foul. Because on the last play down, Nixon said, I got hurt, and I got hit. They started booing, and now Billy Cunningham is saying to the referee now, you call the foul now. Are you reacting to it? And what he's doing is trying to take that edge he may think that the Lakers have picked up from the referees. Take it back.
You can see that they did draw blood on that collision at the other end. Philadelphia by 2, under 3 minutes to go. And Michael Cooper picks up the loose ball. And LA trying to tie the game. Magic Johnson does it. No offensive foul.
They call an offensive foul on that one.
And look at Magic. He likes to make the officials disappear right now.
Let's see here. Here he comes down the side now. Let's see where it goes all the way now. And there's Julius is standing there. Yes, he was there a long time before.
He was there about a half hour before. 4 fouls on Magic Johnson. And it's still Philadelphia by 2 points, 68-66. Cheeks misses and Wilkes has the rebound. And LA again can try to tie with 2:35 to go here in the third. Johnson is fouled.
And now what the Lakers are trying to do,
Ivoroni in, go ahead,
is cause the referees to have to call fouls out there. Now, you can do this just for so long. You can do it for a couple of minutes and it may be to your advantage, but after that, it doesn't pay.
Clint Richardson's first foul, and Magic Johnson is on the line to shoot 2 to try to tie this ball game up. The last tie we had was at 52 all, and now a technical foul has been called against Billy Cunningham. He's been relatively quiet in this game, but he didn't like that last one. And I think he's saying what you're thinking, and that is the Lakers might have talked him into it.
Yes, and he might have said that.
And the officials don't like to hear that, right?
Well, they don't like to hear that at all.
Trying to tie it up now.
In fact, if you make the 2 free throws,
you're ahead.
Go ahead.
8 for 8 from the line. And Los Angeles, trailing most of this third period, will try to wend its way in front again with 2.5 to play, and they do. This is a game the Lakers need, and you can sense the urgency in the fans and the Lakers. 69-68 Los Angeles. Game 3. Bobby Jones. Ivoroni comes back to put Philadelphia in front.
And that's 6th of the best rebounding team in basketball is just took advantage of the situation, and that's not a good shot again.
Malone with the rebound. Not only has he done the job off the defensive boards, he has 7 offensive rebounds too. Clint Richardson comes up. Kareem, and they'll call a loose ball foul against Ivoroni, I think, and that'll be number 5 on him.
Now here's the play here. Here's Ivoroni getting position there. There's a rebound. This is the one when he gets up and dunks the offensive rebound.
5 on Ivaroni. He remains in the game. McAdoo. We have a 70-70 game with 1:51 to go in the third. Clement Johnson enters the ball game, and Ivaroni goes out now. Acquired from Indiana in February as a backup center and powered forward. Gave Philadelphia that one thing they really needed was some strength off the bench, offensively and defensively. The Lakers have only 2 baskets this period, but they've gone to the line 16 times and have missed only once. So the free throw shooting and put it back in the game. They're leading by 1. Clement Johnson against McAdoo, trying to take advantage of his problem. And there's that man, Clint Richardson.
Moses knocked it loose.
Malone inside.
He knocked it, the offensive foul loose, and Clint Richardson came up with it.
When was the last time Malone didn't get a basket that he really wanted? That's what it seems like, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's tough when he gets anywhere near that basket.
Whistle.
Offensive foul on the Lakers.
Kareem's second personal foul. This is a grueling game, particularly for the Lakers. Philadelphia can sense a possibility of moving up 3-0, and more than a commanding lead if that's the case. Into Malone, double. And good defense by the Lakers there. Magic Johnson coming down. Foul by Maurice Cheek. Whatever happens in this game, and we're in for a bit, I think, an exciting 12 minutes coming up in the fourth period. I think there's no doubt in anyone's mind, particularly the Lakers, that the Philadelphia 76ers are a tough basketball team that you're going to have to play your best ball to beat them.
Well, that's what Don Nelson said that when they were in the series with Milwaukee. He says, I've been looking for weaknesses, and I haven't come up with any.
And I don't think the Lakers have either. Magic. 10 of 11 from the line.
Now, this has been a tough quarter for the Lakers because they've been pulling uphill to get even, although they started the quarter ahead.
So how much did they expend in getting even? That remains to be seen.
Good defense by Michael Cooper.
Cheeks going around, blocked by Jamal Wilkes. Blocked by Kareem on Clint Richardson. The 24-second clock goes off.
Right.
The Lakers will have it.
And they're going to get the last shot of the quarter now. Outstanding defense. They did a good job so they didn't get a shot off.
There's Pat Riley, who won the championship last year with this club.
And he says 1 shot. They're going to run their clock down to about 8 or 9 seconds, I think, before they make the move.
Kareem with 15 seconds. Almost a steal. Back into Kareem for the sky hook. Not that time, and now Philadelphia has enough time to get a shot off. They have 5 seconds to go. Maurice goes in, and they call a foul on
Michael Cooper. And the Lakers have not gotten a good shot this quarter because that last shot that Kareem tried was not a good shot for him. And the Sixers managed to capitalize most of the time. There's Moses with the outlet. All the way from Bobby Jones over to Maurice Cheeks, and there's the foul.
For Cooper, his 4th personal foul. Cooper and Rambis have 4 for the Lakers, along with Magic Johnson. Tony has 4, Ivaroni 5 for Philadelphia. 3 seconds remaining, and L.A. could get a shot off in that time.
Won't be a very good one.
Early in the period, L.A. had the lead. Philadelphia came on strong, took a 5-point lead, and the Lakers have fought back. We're still tied. Cooper intercepted by Clint Richardson at the buzzer. And that's the end of the third period. We are tied. The Lakers 72, the Sixers 72. We'll return to the Forum after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
plastic.
The preceding message was furnished by the National Basketball Association. The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Foamy, the shave cream that's more than thick and rich enough for a clean, close shave. Blue Poly, the one-step poly sealant with a 2-year guarantee. Light beer from Miller, everything you've always wanted in a beer, and less. And by Honda portable generators for camping, hunting, boating, even charging your car battery.
This is the period that Magic Johnson calls money time in the NBA, but I've never seen a team as physical as the 76ers on defense, Kevin.
Exactly, Brent. You can see why they'll dominate fourth periods. They are so physical defensively. Moses on top of it wears out Kareem on both ends of the floor physically. For LA to win this game, they'll have to execute the offense and hit some outside shots.
All right, Norm Nixon's a key man. He has been injured. Let's go to Pat O'Brien for a check. Pat?
Thank you, Brent. Norm Nixon certainly earning his money today. He came into the game with an injured shoulder, and then he has a laceration under his chin, and now he's favoring that left leg, the left knee, and they're looking at that. Let's go back to Dick Stockton.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. Moses Malone has 17 points. Kareem has 17 points. They have been the scoring leaders for these teams. Julius is the high point man for Philly with 18. As we start the fourth period, Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. And for Los Angeles, it's a period that they have to outscore Philadelphia, and they start out with McAdoo off the screen on a jumper.
And that was the first good shot, really good shot that they've had in quite a while.
Both of you gentlemen, Kevin and Bill, say that the Lakers have to execute better. Here's a tip by Wilkes, Irving in the backcourt. Julius to Clement Johnson with 4 seconds on the clock. McAdoo gets the rebound and outlets it to Magic Johnson. Philadelphia back on the D as they have throughout this series. Well, we'll see if the execution continues to get up there. McAdoo. 2 in a row. Lakers by 4. Clement Johnson, baseline against Kareem. Bobby Jones with the offensive rebound. A big basket for Bobby Jones to prevent the Lakers from really getting off to a decent start here in this period. Once again, a 2-point game, L.A.
Now, what Clint Richardson is doing defensively is pressing Magic Johnson not to come up with the ball, but to throw out the timing in the offense.
Cheeks winds in and ties it up. So, a second chance basket by Philadelphia and a turnover by the Lakers, and the 76ers stop decisively that early spurt here in this period by the Lakers. Cooper finds Kareem. Bobby Jones got McAdoo out of the way effectively and comes up with a loose ball. Now Richardson. The third tie of the ball game. We've had 4 lead changes. LA was up by 15 in the second period, Sixers by 5 in the third. Cooper on the foul, and that's number 5 on Michael.
And with Nixon hurting, that could create a problem for the Lakers.
This was a big basket by Philadelphia early.
Because Clement Johnson has Kareem outside. He drives the baseline, he goes up, there's a defensive pressure, he misses it. But Bobby Jones comes up with it. Can't let him do that.
We're back, and there is trainer Jack Curran with Norm Nixon, who is trying to stay loose and trying to do some wind sprints and just running back and forth in the hallway, Bill.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it warm, so if he keeps it warm, he'll be able to play with it. But if it gets cold, then it throws your timing off and everything. So you got to try to keep it warm. That's why you do wind sprints.
You know, he is really hurt with that shoulder, among other things. He had a laceration. You see the knee padding there. He's a gamer, isn't he, Norm?
That's why I said earlier, Dick, that he's one of the toughest guys in this league. Because you see that it's not foolish. You don't want to play and hurt yourself seriously. That's foolish, but he's just tough. He knows that what damage can be done.
Tie score. Andrew Toney breaks the tie. It's 78-76 Philadelphia. Plenty of time to go. Philadelphia trying to move out 3 games to none in the best of 7. Rambis. They call a foul.
And they put Clay Johnson in the game because of the foul trouble with Michael Cooper and the injury to Norm Nixon. And Clay Johnson is going to try to hold the fort.
Clay Johnson forced into action against San Antonio and then against Philadelphia because of the problem. Cooper in foul trouble. Nixon shaken up. McAdoo missed. And here comes Philadelphia with a 2-point lead and nearly 3 minutes gone by. Bobby Jones, basket counts on a feed from Maurice Cheeks, and the Philadelphia 76ers just are steamrolling everybody.
Well, what they do is, especially here's the fast break here. Maurice Cheeks penetrates, makes the defense react, gives it off to Bobby Jones, and there's the foul.
The foul was on McAdoo, his second, and the second team foul on L.A.
See, most coaches will say you run the fast break to the foul line. But on a 2-on-1 fast break, the guy with the ball penetrates as close as he can to make the defense react, and then he passes it off.
Under 9 minutes to go, 4th period. Lakers trailing 81-76. Matches the biggest lead of the game for Philadelphia.
Not a good shot to get
McAdoo forces the shot up. Sixers trying to establish their biggest lead of the ball game right now. Couldn't come at a better time for Philadelphia. Into Malone. But underneath is Julius Erving, and he's foul going up. Somebody had asked the Lakers after the first 2 games, is it possible that the Philadelphia 76ers just may be a stronger ball club? And that thought has indeed dawned on the Lakers.
They can't believe that. I tell you, once you win a championship, there's no way until someone wins 4 games and shows you that they're a better team, do you believe it?
Norm Nixon back in the game. Ivaroni playing with 5 comes back in as Bobby Jones goes out. Of course, the Lakers came into this tournament without James Worthy with a broken leg. McAdoo hasn't been right. So they did not come in at full strength. Not to take anything away from Philadelphia, because the Sixers have outplayed the Lakers in 2 games, 3 quarters and plus. Biggest lead of the ball game for Philadelphia. They've scored 6 in a row. Kareem away from the basket. Long skyhook. Magic Johnson can't do the follow-up. Ivaroni clears the rebound.
Here come the Sixers on the break.
Andrew Toney. Julius almost tips it in, but there's Malone again. Gets the offensive rebound. Double team. Physical all over the place now. Magic and Malone are shoving each other. Malone will go to the line and shoot 2. If there was ever a sequence that shows how and how much too strong Malone is for the Lakers, it's right here.
Now here's Malone trying to get free, passes it out, and there goes one live one there. They're bowling out, and he and Magic are pushing each other. Now the thing is about this, with all this pushing, it doesn't bother Moses. He still goes to what he wants to do is get that offensive rebound, get that ball in close.
17 points, 17 rebounds for Moses Malone. 7:35 remaining, 4th period. Baseline shot by Malone, who's got 19 and 17 rebounds.
And he was triple teamed. And the Lakers are going to have to call timeout because they can't get too far behind this group. If you get behind this group, the way they play defense, it's just a little too far uphill. Now here's Moses here. There's a double team. Too late.
8 in a row run off by the Sixers. Timeout.
Tuesday night, Game 4 of the NBA World Championship. The Philadelphia 76ers meet the Los Angeles Lakers Tuesday night, live on CBS Sports.
Game 4 of this NBA World Championship will be Tuesday night here at the Forum in Inglewood, beginning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. 76ers and the Lakers. Once again, the 4th period blues for the LA Lakers. They're shooting 19% from the field in the second half. Philadelphia not shooting well But there again, the Los Angeles problem in executing their play, particularly in the half court.
And that's because that's what the Sixers want to do, is try to execute it, and they're overplaying the plays. Now, the Lakers, if they're going to repeat as world champions, have to win this kind of game. When it seems like everything is going wrong, and even more goes wrong, you still have to try. You still have to win the game.
And they still can. They got plenty of time. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Andrew Toney goes in. But Philadelphia is just taking the play away from the Lakers completely. They're beating him at every turn, off the boards, turnovers, and making the shots. Jamal Wilkes. And Malone the rebound. Julius Erving makes a nice play in the corner. Try to get it to Toney. L.A. down by 10 points. Biggest lead of the game for Philadelphia, and Wilkes comes in with the 2. Jamal has 16 runs.
And he knows how to get off a shot in close.
Inside, Toney lost the ball.
Good defensive play. Just hit just enough to throw the timing off so that he couldn't catch it.
Rambis goes out of the game. Michael Cooper, who's playing with 5 personal fouls and has scored 4 points, is in there for him. Nixon playing hurt. Cooper playing with 5 fouls. Jamal Wilkes doesn't get the bounce. Kareem is there. Feeds Wilkes, who gets the basket.
Great play by Kareem, getting an offensive board, and he knew he wasn't in a position to really get a good shot off and made an excellent pass.
Kind of think we're going to see what this defending champion Lakers are made of in the final 6 minutes here.
That's right. You have to win this game. And if everything goes wrong, like I said earlier, you have to win anyway.
You've been in that spot with your team.
I didn't like it either.
Cheeks. It's another big one. Pressure continues on the Lakers. Malone has 19, Toney 18, and Irving 18 for Philadelphia. Jamal Wilkes with 18 points leads for L.A. 5.5 to play, 4th period.
And that's what the Sixers like to do, is isolate those, play strong defense.
And here comes Julius Erving on the turnover. So at one end, Jamal Wilkes made a pass that was picked off by Moses Malone in about 3 seconds. The 76ers converted it into a slam dunk, and it's 90-80 again, a 10-point game. No team, or only 2 teams, have come back from a 2-0 deficit in the championship series. No one has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in NBA history. And that's what the Lakers face if they can't rally here. Kareem basket, by the way, his first field goal since the opening period. L.A. trying to make it a 6-point game. Foul. Foul by Irving. The turnovers.
Now here's the pass here is picked off by the Sixers. Nice, easy dunk for the doctor. And that's the way it's been with the Sixers. The strong defense closing down the middle. They're packing the middle so that the Lakers have to shoot outside, and they're not even giving the outside shot.
Lakers have their hands full because of the Sixers, but all they're trying to do is sneak out a win here.
The agony of trailing by 8 points with 4:40 to go. Kevin Lockery, what can the Lakers do now to get back in this contest?
Brett, the Lakers have to open up the game. Philly's forced them into a half-court game. Philly's too physical in that state. LA's got to open it up, run up the floor, and start trapping them defensively to try to cause some quick turnovers.
All right, let's go back now to Dick and Bill.
That's quite a penetrating view of Norman Nixon, who is shooting only 1 of 6 from the field. The shoulder obviously is affecting him. Yesterday at practice, he said it affects everything I do, not just shooting, defending, jumping, whatever you want to call it. Norm Nixon depicts the Lakers' battered and bruised state right now. And if they go down 3-0, the word beaten isn't too far behind. And this is a proud defending champion team, and they are being outplayed by a Philadelphia 76er club that, Bill, you've seen a lot of good teams down through the years.
Yes, they've been good teams, and the reason I think it's such an outstanding team is they're a real good defensive team. More defense than offense, because offenses, they just try to isolate to get one-on-one. Julius, Toney, and Moses.
8 seconds on the shot clock. 6-point lead for Philadelphia. Malone gets inside. Basket counts and a foul. And they've always been a defensive team, Bill, when they had Caldwell Jones and Bobby Jones starting for them. But those people are gone. At least Caldwell Jones is, and so is Darryl Dawkins. But they added number 2 here in the red.
Yeah, and he just takes it now. When he gets fouled, and he makes it anyway because he's so strong. But they found out that he's not only a good offensive player and a good rebounder, he's a good defensive player. Real good, and he's quicker than they thought. And quickness is the key to playing good defense.
Philadelphia had run off a 14-point spurt after the Lakers had a 4-point lead. Winding down to 4 minutes to go in this 4th period.
Now that's a good sky hook. That's the first one he's been able to pick up a rhythm on.
7-point game. You're right, 7-point game. Philadelphia in front. Lakers need the good defense now. Bobby Jones drives in, and an offensive foul called against Jones. They've committed only 2 team fouls in this 4th period. Lakers have been in the penalty, and there's Commissioner Larry O'Brien, who saved a very difficult situation regarding the officials of the NBA the other day. He did a fine job in settling that dispute. McAdoo. And they're going to call the foul against Malone, I think, slammed into Bob McAdoo.
No, against Magic Johnson, I think they call the...
Yes. It is on Malone, though. 4 on Moses. 13 foul on Philadelphia.
Now the Lakers are going to have to... They're getting into a place where they're going to have to score every time down because they're not going to be able to stop the Sixers every time. But in order to catch up, they're going to have to score just about every time down.
Kareem looking inside. Will have to go to the long sky hook. Julius Erving with position gets the rebound. 12 rebounds for the Doctor, and Andrew Toney with it. Here's McAdoo to Magic. Magic Johnson. Kareem, and they'll jump it. Bobby Jones and Kareem will jump with 3:10 to play.
Now, Kareem should have the jump on this, but that does not necessarily mean they'll come up with the ball, because this is another play that teams practice, whether you have the jump or not, to come up with the jump balls. It's not as important as they used to be because they don't have as many, but...
One by L.A. Johnson over to Wilt. McAdoo loses it out of bounds.
He just could not jump. He tried to jump on one leg and reach with one hand, and that's a tough way to rebound, especially against the best rebound team in the league.
Philadelphia will now use as much as the clock that they can with under 3 minutes to play, leading by 7. Malone going in, the basket counts and a foul, and he is relentless. He is not to be stopped, and he is determined.
That's why you look in the first quarter and you see his toes and you say, well, maybe he's not off to a good start. Well, he's a slow accelerator, you might say. But you know that in the long run, he's going to be out in front of the race by the time you get to the end.
And the man from Petersburg, the Philadelphia bench, reflects how the 76ers feel, and Moses Malone has 25 points and 17 rebounds. Another brilliant effort for Malone. 10-point lead. Cooper to Magic Johnson. McAdoo. It's 8-point game.
Great pass. They still have time, yes, but they're going to have to take control of the game, and they do not have control. In order to catch up, you have to take control of the game, either offensively or defensively.
This is a smart Philadelphia team. Malone finding nowhere to go but just to go to the hoop. It's a 10-point game. And a timeout called for by the Lakers. Malone's hit his last 4.
And what happens with Moses is that all that banging and banging, he doesn't get tired or upset. All he does is get stronger and better.
He never loses his cool.
All here on CBS Sports.
Looking in Norm Nixon's face, we don't even have to put up the score of this game. We received word today that the Jerry Cooney-Philip Brown fight, scheduled for June 18th, has been postponed. Cooney has an injured knuckle on his left hand, but June will still be a great month of boxing on CBS, and it will start live next weekend on CBS Sports Saturday with that Marvis Frazier-Joe Bugner bout. A big month of boxing on CBS. Now Andrew Toney on the interception, comes in, his foul going in. Less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth period. The Lakers are shooting 27% after a 52% first half. And the Philadelphia 76ers, as the bench shots show, are within 1 game of a 4-game sweep of the defending champions.
Another defensive play turned into an easy score. And the Sixers have made it against all the teams they played in the playoffs. They made the big defensive plays.
They won 4 straight from New York. They took the first 3 from Milwaukee and then win 1 in 5. And they're on their way to 3 in a row over Los Angeles. Kareem coming in with a sky hook. 190, a 10-point game with less than 2 minutes to play. Not out of the range of the Lakers, but the way Philadelphia is playing, they would have to commit several turnovers to lose this game. And that's what they're doing instead. They're passing as well as they've had all season long. Getting the easy basket. 3-point attempt. Misses. Andrew Toney is down court. Bobby Jones has 17 points. And it's up to 14 now as the crowd thins out here at the Forum. The Lakers call a timeout. It is 104-90, and the Philadelphia 76ers are a minute 22 away from 3-0 lead over the Lakers. Timeout. Rain slowed up the final round of the Memorial Tournament today, but tonight you'll see the final round highlights beginning at 11:30 Eastern Time. Talk about some of the heroes for the Philadelphia 76ers, starting with Moses Malone. 27 points for Malone, 18 rebounds, and 6 assists. Julius Erving, 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. Bobby Jones, 17 points and 7 rebounds.
Well, their offense feeds, as I've said so many times, feeds off of their defense. And when they're playing good defense like they are now, they shoot well because they get such good shots.
Magic Johnson going in, changes hands. Wilkes converts. We talked at the outset of that great team defense that the Sixers have used and their bench play. Same story here. Spread it out. The Lakers bench has scored 16 points. Bobby Jones alone has 17. Malone goes to Toney. Using the clock with 1 minute to play now and 7 on the shot clock. Maurice Cheeks. 12-point game. Here come the Lakers. They need a lot in a hurry. There's 2.
And Magic will never give up.
3 of 11 for Magic Johnson. Wilkes almost a steal. Lakers gambling all over the court. Maurice Cheeks loops it to Malone. And he's fouled.
By Michael Cooper.
Number 6 on Michael Cooper. He fouls out of the game. He scored 4 points in the game. Cooper is fouled out. And Clay Johnson will replace him. Julius Erving goes out of the ball game for the Philadelphia 76ers.
You know, I rode on a plane with the Sixers from Philadelphia out here to L.A. And Billy Cunningham on the plane, when everybody was tired and sleeping, he was sitting there plotting his strategy for the day's game. It was very interesting. We had a nice conversation and the kind of things that he wanted to get done. And apparently he had the right idea so far.
There's Franklin Edwards, the 4th guard on this team. Maurice Cheeks goes out and Andrew Toney go out. So Richardson, and there's Clint, and Franklin Edwards are in the backcourt now. Kareem left the game 23 points and did what he could for his team. 3-point attempt by McAdoo. Malone, another rebound. With 33 seconds to play, Clint Richardson gives the Sixers 2 more.
1 shot, and that's all. And that's not a good shot. They're not giving anything. Even at 3 points, they're not having to shoot it easy.
An impressive display as Mike McGee travels. An impressive display of two-way basketball by Philadelphia as Mark McNamara, number 31, who set all kinds of records at the University of California, replaces Moses Malone, who had 19 rebounds, 28 points, and 7 assists in the game. And McNamara hits his first shot. His parents are here from Northern California. He went to school at Berkeley. 109-94. Clay Johnson misses the three-pointer. And the final seconds here. The Philadelphia 76ers have taken a 3-0 lead. And commanding is not the description for it. It's 3 games to none as Philadelphia beats Los Angeles, winning the game here at the Forum, 111-94, Russ.
And I tell you, these guys are they get impressive as it goes along, because the more games they play, the better they execute. You know, they said they didn't play but one decent game against Milwaukee. I know Don Dell doesn't want to hear that. But as each game has unfolded before us, they've gotten better.
They have won 11 out of 12 games in the playoffs, and in this period, the Sixers outscored the Lakers 39-22. So it was that fourth quarter spell that did it again for Philadelphia. Right now, we're going to send you to Ohio to pick up some final round action and a report from Pat Summerall from the Memorial. Pat?
We are back at the Forum, where the Philadelphia 76ers now have a stranglehold on this NBA World Championship Series. And one of the men closing in on that ring that he so dearly wants is the doctor, Julius Erving. He's standing by with Pat O'Brien. And we're going to be going to them soon. But Kevin Lockery, let's talk about what the doctor means to this franchise, how important it is to him now to win this title.
Brandon, I coached him with 2 ABA championships, but he wants to win an NBA championship more than anything. I think the whole basketball world is rooting for Doc, not only because he's a great player, but he's one of the most classiest individuals I've ever met in sports.
No hype from me, 3-0. That means it's a matter of time. The 76ers are going to win this series. However, there is a certain amount of pride out here with the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm not sure that they won't come out blazing on Tuesday night. Kevin, would you agree with that?
They'll be ready. They'll be ready to play to make it go at least 5 games.
All right, and we'll be back at the Forum in just a moment.
Come close, closer, even closer, and see the clear advantage of Rise Super Gel over the leading foam. Super Gel moisturizes better because it softens faster. A clear advantage. To get the moisturizers in this much Super Gel, you need all this foam. For a clear advantage, Super Gel lubricates better, softens faster. For a super smooth shave, the leading foam can't beat. So come close, closer, even closer. Get the clear advantage of Rise Super Gel.
I've been around motor cars all my life, so it's not surprising people stop and ask my advice. Here's a good example. Armor All or Protect All? My opinion, Protect All. This is what makes it special, the polysealant formula. It not only restores and conditions leather and vinyl, it protects as well. I'm not just saying this because I'm paid to make this commercial. If I didn't really believe in Protect All, I wouldn't recommend it.
111-94, the final score. The 76ers come to the West Coast, and that is the biggest victory margin of the 3 games. They win number 1 by 6. They win the second one by 10. And then here today, that defense really turned it around.
It really is. What we said, the great defense of Philadelphia, they out-rebounded them 54-41. They dominated the game. They wear the team down in the 4th period, and then they take over.
All right. Well, there are a number of people that we should thank for doing an outstanding job on this broadcast. Let's take a look at the credits now, as led by our executive producer, Ted Shaker, and thank everyone. Great job. Game 4 is Tuesday night.